So you're thinking about moving to Sarasota, Florida. Sunshine, beaches, and a relaxed atmosphere. That lifestyle might already be calling your name. But before you pack those bags, there are a few things you really need to know about Sarasota. In this video, I'm breaking down the 5 things you absolutely need to be aware of before making the move to Sarasota. Plus, hang out to the end for a bonus tip that most people find out a little too late. Let's get into it. So the weather is a whole lifestyle. Yes, it's sunny and beautiful, but Sarasota also gets hot and humid for 7 or 8 months of the year. Expect thunderstorms in summer and hurricane season from June to November. Now, being around here for over 30 years, the rainy season usually starts towards the middle or end of June and stays through September. Outdoor living year-round, be prepared for intense heat and lots of sunscreen. So one pro tip, make sure you invest in a great AC system and have it maintained. And have a great AC guy like I do. And you also should have a great pest guy too, because bugs, they love humidity too.
Hey, Bob.
It's Rob.
Okay, Bob.
Make sure you make friends with your pest guy. Please do that. Yes, Siesta Key is amazing, but it does get crowded. Siesta Key Beach is famous for its white powdery sand and calm waters, but it draws big crowds, especially during tourist season. Locals often opt out for quieter beaches like Lido Key, Turtle Beach, or Nokomis Beach. They want to avoid that traffic, of course, and if you want to avoid it, Siesta Key can be a real headache, especially during peak hours. But in the last few years, they've redone all the parking lots and they've added a lot more spaces, smoothing it out a little. Now, if you want that locals only experience, go midweek or early morning. We like to come out around now, right at the end of the day. You got low crowds and we don't have to lather all that sunscreen. Plus, you can't beat a sunset here on the West Coast. They're absolutely amazing. If you want, consider living slightly inland if you value peace over proximity to the beach. And you're probably gonna likely get a better deal. We'll cover that on another episode. And if you really want to be a local, explore all the little public beach accesses where you can park and hit the beach without all that congestion and looking for a spot. I give my customers a numbered map of each beach access as a thank you for working with me. Everyone seems to love Sarasota, but it isn't as cheap anymore. Sarasota's popularity has driven up prices and rent in recent years, and the cost of living is a little higher than some parts of Florida, especially when it comes to housing and insurance. That said, you're really paying for a quality of life, clean neighborhoods, great schools, and lots of coastal access. So here's some pro tips. Work with a local realtor who knows the neighborhoods that are still affordable and the ones that are up and coming. Somebody like me. We have no state taxes, but although property taxes have risen, they're still a lot lower than in most states. And insurance has also gone up dramatically, but with newer homes or a home with some wind mitigation upgrades, you can still find reasonable rates. So talk to me about that when the time comes. And don't forget to factor in flood insurance, especially if you're near water. Check to see if you're in a flood zone. And even if you're not, it might be a great idea since flood insurance can be quite reasonable. Sarasota's arts, culture, and retirees run deep. Now, Sarasota is known for its strong art scene, its amazing venues, and the companies you'll find in them. And for a city of this size to have a symphony, an opera house, ballet, live theaters, and an abundance of galleries, festivals everywhere. And behind me, we have our wonderful Bayside Performing Arts Hall called the Van Wezel, or what we locals call the Purple Cow. The population does skew older, with many retirees settling here, which means a slower pace of life for some, but lots of social options geared for their lifestyles. But don't worry, there's still plenty of nightlife and events for younger folks, especially downtown, on the Keys, and in the Rosemary District. Now here's some pro tips. Explore the monthly events calendar. Believe me, there's something happening year-round, and young professionals may prefer happening neighborhoods like Gulfgate, Arlington Park, Lakewood Ranch, or the Rosemary District. So traffic is a thing, and public transit isn't great. While Sarasota isn't a big city, traffic can build up especially during snowbird season, and of course weekends when the weather is picture perfect, which is often. Public transportation is minimal. There's a few shuttles here and there, and there are buses and everything, but expect to drive in most places. Roads near beaches and shopping areas get especially jammed, during the holidays of course. So here's a pro tip. Just plan your errands around peak hours. If you're commuting, consider where you live carefully. How long does it take you to do your weekly errands? How long does it take you to get to downtown, to the beach? You'll thank yourself later. Now here's a quick bonus. Neighborhood vibes matter a lot. From the artsy feel of downtown, to the family vibe of Lakewood Ranch, to the coastal calm of Osprey or Venice, every neighborhood has its own feel. And sometimes it's worth renting short-term or visiting multiple areas before you buy. That's why we have solutions and guarantees that make sure you're buying in the right area. North Sarasota has advantages and disadvantages to South Sarasota. Same with the coast versus the inland. My tip would be to drive through neighborhoods at different times of the day, and especially after a good rain. Ask locals or your realtor, me, about traffic, noise, and future development plans. I'm always staying tuned with what they're building around town. There you have it, the 5.5 things you need to know before moving to Sarasota, Florida. It's a beautiful place to call home, but it pays to know the real deal before you move. Just like North versus South Sarasota, which is better? The video is right on the screen, so check it out now.